Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. Today we're working on the shop again, and we're going to be installing air lines for our shop air compressor. I currently have a mess everywhere, but when I have to use the air compressor, it's over there for now. I have to daisy chain a whole bunch of air hoses together. That's not what I want to do. I'd like to have something installed into the shop that when I need to use something, no matter what bay I'm in, I can just plug into the wall and I have good, clean air hookups for everything. So to do that, there's a number of options. You can do copper pipe, which is expensive. You can do PVC pipe, which is dangerous. You can do PEX pipe. Some guys are getting away with it. Not really where I wanted to be. I didn't really want to gamble with that, so I got a kind of PEX alternative. There's a really cheap option out there nowadays. It's basically a piece of PEX pipe with aluminum inside it. So an aluminum lined PEX. Cuts easy, bends easy, goes in place. It's relatively cheap. Let's see what we got. So the kit gives you some hold down brackets, gloves, screws. It gives you 3 of these little nifty blocks. Now where this is nice is you can configure it to a number of different ways. These are 1/2 inch NPT. I believe that's also 1/2 inch, and this is 3/8. So if you run it in their configuration here, the hose will come in from the top through their fitting. They give you 3 of these and one that's a 3/4 to go onto the compressor. They give you 3 of the 3/8 ball valves so you can purge all the condensation that's in the line. And then you hook up whatever fitting you have, whether it's front side or back side, or you can move these around to make your air come in here from the hose. I don't know. You can do whatever you want with this, basically. Pretty good deal. It's a solid chunk of aluminum, feels pretty sturdy. They give you, I think, 3 of these 90s. Couple of the T fittings, cutters, tape, a little flary tool to get the hose flared, and then the instructions. So basically what you're looking at is you're going to attach your compressor somewhere around here. They're using this, I guess that's a dryer, to symbolize where your air compressor will tie in. Compressor ties in just through this fitting, and then you can have 3 blocks going to wherever you'd like to go. So we're going to use this design here, and I'm going to give myself, and I'm going to show you my layout. As you can see, everything is everywhere. We're still moving in and figuring stuff out, but these 2 bays here is going to be my fab area. I was trying to figure out where on this wall I wanted to put me a connection, and I think that that's going to be up there. Right next to that electrical cord reel is where I'm going to mount the retractable hose reel for the air hose. We're going to put one of those fittings there, and I'm going to run the line back over this way. That still leaves me with 3 hookups, and I still have some areas that I don't have coverage in. I'm trying to get everything so with one 25-foot hose I can reach the whole shop wherever I plug it into. So I'm thinking that forward future planning, if I put one on the wall on this side and I put one on the wall on this side, that should cover anything I need toward the back of those cars. Or later on when I get a hose reel there, I can go out the door and fill up people's tires and things. And a drop here will put me anything that I have on this side of the shop. So that's the game plan and what we're going to try to do. That's going to minimize my hoses running all the way around the walls and things. I can literally just take it from up here, go up the wall, across, and down on the other side. And then in the middle, I can run the T out to the other deal. All right, first thing we're going to do is make sure that this cut is nice and square. I'm just going to go off the end with their little cutter here. Trim a piece off. There we go. So the next thing we're going to do, a little tubing guy has some cutters right up in here. So they want us to insert this and bevel the inside edge at least 3 turns. So I got it nice and reamed out. We're going to put our nut and our little compression fitting on there. Then we're going to fully press this down. It says that you might need to use hot soapy water. Looks fully down to me. Then we're going to thread our compression fitting on there. Torque wrench is good. All right, I laid this out by just kind of rolling it on the floor against itself, and I got it mostly straightened out. We're at 40 degrees inside the shop today because it's 6 degrees outside and snowy, so it should be perfect for trying to get this tube warm and lay it out. But I'm going to attempt to run it from this drop here up and over the header. I'm gonna work my way over to the center where I'm gonna have to climb up there and cut the hose and crimp one of those T's onto it. All right, we got our hose ran, and now we're gonna wrap these with tape real fast, just to make sure we don't get any leaks. All right, now we're gonna mount this block and then terminate this line. I'll put the block here-ish. Nope. And the drain facing down. Again, this position is going to change when I figure out how I'm going to block this in, because I still have to put walls up. But for now, it's going to work just fine. All right, now I got my height. Make my cut. My end piece is on. I'll be that guy. About there. Get our flare tool. 3 turns, it says. That's a good one. It's cutting off a lot. See how it's cutting off the inside? That's what you want. Make sure this fully seats. these down. Loosen this back out. Probably could have waited and installed this, but I wanted to get my height right. There it is. I didn't tape this one or really tighten it down at all because that's where my air fitting is going to go. Now I've got this line up and that's secure, that's secure. Got my lines ran up to this T up here. Run the line down the center to the last drop. There you go. One drop, two drops. Lights are kind of bright. You see I got the line snaked right up on here and got it set up to this drop. Now I can configure everything else I need in my mess. Get my hose reel, get my fittings. I'll get my compressor moved to the side over here and we'll get everything set up. There you go. There you go. It's okay. It's okay. Let's go that way. Let's go that way. You're fine. So this is what I came up with. Again, this is all temporary. Eventually this is going to be on the outside and I'm probably going to have to pipe this in a different way. But for now, and when I say temporary, probably going to be that way for a couple of years. But for now, this is where it is. I used two of the 90s to come out and come around this way. I was going to just bend that around because it can kind of make a mildly short radius bend. But I didn't want to chance something hitting up against this and bending it or whatever. So it's pretty solid. I might put something around this to protect it. But this is going to run this way. Secured to the wall. Comes into one of these T's right here. And then that feeds the main line, which goes into everything. Now, doing this way, I don't have my regulator in there to regulate my pressure, but my plan is at the bottom of each drop I'm going to run one of these regulator dryer combos so that I can still try to get some water out of here. I know it's got the valve here. I can kind of flush out whatever does get in this line, but I want to be able to, if it's in the air and it hasn't settled down in the line yet, I want to be able to capture some of that air or some of that water. So I've got this monstrosity. This is going to get screwed up here. You can come up with a bunch of different ways. I'm going with just the stuff that I had laying around in my toolbox. I just have to get a 3/8 close fitting. That'll put this here. I'm going to put a piece of wood back there or something to kind of screw this into to make it solid, so if someone's yanking on it, it don't pull out of the wall. And then that's going to live there. I've got a connection on here. You can plug a air hose, or when I get the reel in here, the reel can go there. And that's going to go there. I'm going to do the same thing on my drop over here and on the drop up there. Got my little regulator jobs on here, and it's got a little dryer, so that should be good. I'm hoping these are the Master Force, because we got Menards local. You guys can get whatever you get. The one I got on the other side is a Nan Poo. Came from Amazon, China, whatever. Probably all comes from the same foundry. Anyways, got some goop on here. Got some iron fittings, and then a quick disconnect. I'll probably mount a hose reel one day whenever I get another hose reel here, one on the other side, and then I got to get that one up there still. But these are plumbed. I got a backer board on here, got a screw in here to kind of keep that all sturdy, and that should be good. I'll show you the other side. Same thing over here, just different brand. Got 90s that come out, go into here, brackets holding it. Got a backer for the wood. I'm gonna build a box around it for later, but this will do just what I need. You got a quick disconnect here for plugging into. It's nice and solid. These are all iron fittings, and it's braced in the back. I'm probably put another bracket or something off of this so it can't get yanked out. It's got air in it. Seems to be holding. I didn't put a lot, 10 pounds or whatever, just to see if I got any leaks. Everything seems to be holding great. Now I'll get the one up here mounted. I got up there and installed the hose reel. That's kind of hard to do on a ladder by yourself, holding a little hose reel up. Clamped it up there, got it up on a little 2x6 or whatever. Got my last drop terminated. You could see I kind of got pieces I had left and things to get over to the regulator dryer assembly, and then I'm going to run a leader hose over to here on my hose reel. However, my leader hose that I had, sounds German, my Lederhosen, my leader hose cracked and dried. I used the Master Force brand, Menards, cheap. Also had the Harbor Freight hose reel with the Harbor Freight hose, and well, also cheap. So I'm gonna have to research and see what the I'm hearing Flexzilla is good. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments. I'm in the market for a hose is what I'm trying to say. Get a hose on there, get a new leader hose up there, and I can have that reel back operational. I did put a valve on it just so I can turn that off and not have to listen to it and still use my other drops while I wait for me to figure that out. So all in all, pretty simple. This stuff is very easy to work with. I love it already, and I can always expand on it if I need to. All it is looks like that PTFE or PFTE stuff with a layer of aluminum around it, and then PEX looks like around that. No focus. So it seems pretty durable. If you try to bend it more than it needs to bend in like a 8-inch diameter, well, anything more than that, you see right there, it's starting to get where it might kink, but it did not kink. So don't go any more than that. It can kink is what I'm trying to say. Good product though, recommend it. I think I was $88 or something like that for the 100-foot kit, which gave me all the fittings that I showed you. There's a 200-foot kit, or you could just add replacement pieces as you need. So it's kind of expandable. It's like Legos. Good product for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching, and leave me a comment or let me know about the air hoses or something else you guys want to see, and we'll see you on the next one.